Good morning, students, viewers, and my dear colleagues. Dear students of class 10th, I welcome you within this Friday series, lecture series. So let me recapitulate. We were discussing about the women's political representation in the gender politics. So we came to the conclusion that it's only this women's political representation when we are giving them the political emancipation. Thus we can expect that we can emancipate them in among the different aspects of life. When you talk about the economic growth, then there will be the cultural growth, and there will be the social growth. Then we can say that all over development among the behavior of the women only, and when we can give them the political participation, when we are going to give them this women's political representation. So in that very context, I was saying that 1/3 reservation has been allotted to them in the local self-governance that came to us in the results. The 10 lakh elected women representatives this time in India. So then we have raised the demand of this same reservation for women in the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. So for that very sakes, in 1996 we have produced the bill, and the bill has been it was passed by the Rajya Sabha in 2010, but it's still pending in the Lok Sabha. So there were the different steps taken by the help of this different feminists who talk from the different angles to give the social justice within the society, where the women need not to be lagging behind. So dear students, when you talk about the different laws passed by the government of India from time and again, down the scale they just try to provide different laws, produce different laws to emancipate them. So we do have like this Prohibition of the Child Marriage Act. We are having the Dowry Prohibition Act, we are having the Domestic Violence Act, we are having the Criminal Laws Amendment Act. All these laws, by and large, they talk about this emancipation of the women. They safeguard the rights of the women. They talk about different angles of the discrimination which they are facing. So for that very sake, if we talk about the J&K government amendment, the Jammu and Kashmir Panchayat Raj Act 1989 in 2004 also provided the 33% reservation for the women. They provide 33% of the reservation for the women, for the upliftment, for the emancipation of the women among this local self-governance. So when we talk about the erstwhile state of Jammu and Kashmir, that also provides the 33% of the reservation, and they amended that very act in 2004. And the special reservation and special allotment of the seats for the women who belong to the scheduled castes or the scheduled tribes as well. So they also have tailored the tables to provide them this apt option and opportunity to prove their worth. So it was just the conclusion, and it is a brief summary of my last talk. So today we are going to talk about this religion, communalism, and the politics. Religion, communalism, and the politics. So how religion is an element of social diversity, and how the way we play politics on the name of the gender is really religion a factor on which the politics is played. So religion, communalism, and politics is our next subtopic. Okay, dear students, so let's talk today the religion, communalism, and politics. So first of all, let me define the word here. Its meaning, from its root meaning. What's religion? Religion simply means a belief in. Religion means a belief in and worship of supernatural controlling power. So it's a belief in and a worship of supernatural controlling power. So that becomes a religion. So as we know, we do have a belief that we are the followers of Islam, and we are the Muslims. So same is the case, different religions like Hinduism, we are having the Christianity, we are having the Zoroastrianism, we are having the Sikhism. Different religions are followed by the different peoples within the different countries of the world, or India as well. So dear students, but the question is it really the fact of social division? Here we are going to talk about religion as a social division, but let me tell you here, you people, that this division is not based on the biological lines. This division is based on the religion differences. So division is not as universal as we are having the gender. but religious diversity is fairly, it's widespread in the world today. It's prevailing among the societies of the every countries of the world. Now when you talk about the many countries including India having the huge population, or you talk about those countries who are having the least population, we do witness the different facts and different situations which proves this thing, that this religion becomes the problem, and religion is a factor where we can say that it is the preeminent factor of the clashes. It is a preeminent factor of the social divisions. It's the preeminent factor of the communalism and the different clashes. Dear students, if we talk about the case, we witness it in the Northern Ireland. Even when the most of the people belong to the same religion, there was a serious differences about the way people practice that very religion. If we talk about the country like we are having the Northern this Ireland, dear students, when we talk about the country that's Northern Ireland, we witness there that only the one religion, but still in that very Northern Ireland we do have the different differences in the propagation, differences on the base of the choices among the people, the way they practice that very religion. That becomes the sort of clash, that becomes a sort of problem among that very country. So dear students, when we express this religion in the politics, it becomes an issue. When we put forth the same religion and we put the same religion among the politics, we just try to play politics on the name of religion, or the tag of religion, or the dress pattern of religion, or the language of religion, or the food habit of religion, or the way of code of conducting of the religion life. When we play politics on it, so it becomes a threat for the communal harmony, it becomes a communalism, it becomes the threat for the survival of the politics in the country, and then the politics becomes a dirty game. So that's why the various people of the country, they are against this communalism, and they are going to eradicate this notion that the politics should be unbiased, it should not be stereotypical, it should not be prejudiced, that it should not be tagged the way that it dominates, it gives the reflection or the taste or the sensation of a particular religion. Then absolutely it becomes a problem. So dear students, unlike the gender differences, the religious differences are often expressed in the field of politics. So religion differences, we witness it among the field of the politics as well. So let's talk about here the political philosopher of Indian political thought. That's Gandhiji, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. What was his opinion? What was his point of view when he talked about this religion and the politics? Did he believe in this thing that let's segregate the two things, religion and politics? That these are the they are the poles apart from each other? But let's try to find out the answer. What he says, he used to say that religion can never be separated from the politics. He says it can never be separated from the politics. So dear students, Gandhiji, the father of nation of Indian political Indian country, his political thought, his political philosophy believes in this line, that we should not divide, we should not separate the religion from the politics. And what is actually means by saying this thing? He meant by this statement that religion was not any particular. He's not targeting any particular religion. First of all, let me clear here. He never talks about religion as Hinduism or Islam or Christianity or Zoroastrianism, but he talks about the moral values that inform all religions. All those moral values, all those ethics which guide us, which are guiding the different religions. So we should not separate them. He believes that politics must be guided by these ethics which are drawn from the religion. So those ethics which guide the politics, they need to be drawn from the different religions, because they lead to almost one goal. So that's why he says that we should not separate it from politics, should not be separated from this religion, and religion should not be separated from the politics. What later on Machiavelli did in his prince, where he says that let's separate the politics from the ethics. But here, if you talk about the Gandhiji, he says let's not separate it, let's try to guide our politics from the lines of this religions, and all those basic tenets, all those basic moral ethics and values, they need to be implemented, they need to be put forth, they need to be applied among every religion to guide it. And dear students, when we talk about the human rights groups in our country, they have argued that most of the victims of the communal rights in our country are people from the religious minorities. So let's see here one survey that was conducted by the human rights groups. They are of the opinion that the people who die among the different communal rights, who die among the different communal clashes, who die Hindu Muslim rights, Sikh Muslim rights, Sikh Hindu rights, and who become the victim of these very moments. So these are the people who belong to this, who are from this religious minorities. Means because those are from that very religion, which the people of that religion are least in number. That is the major religion. Like we are having the Hinduism in India, the major religion. Sikhism, the least population. Muslims, 14%, 15% around. So they do this survey. They have demanded that the government take special steps to protect the religious minorities. So dear students, these religious minorities is nowadays the issue before the government, before all the political analysts, before all the social activists. They talk about that we should not play the politics on the name of the religion. That because the Muslim minorities or the Sikh minorities, Christian minorities, they became the victim of the majority then. So these minority differences needs to be addressed. They needs to be addressed. They needs to be bring in the limelight, where the rights of those very minority peoples to be safeguarded. The next point is that the women's movement has argued that the family laws of all religions discriminate against women. So they have demanded that the government should change these laws to make them more equitable. So sometimes the religion becomes a problem for the women. Like we are having, if you talk about the one practice that was practiced in India, that is the sati system. So that was a religious norm. That was a religious norm that was absolutely discriminating the women. That was absolutely a ferocious law, ferocious custom practiced in India. So the women's movement, the feminists, the people who talk about the emancipation of women, they are of the opinion that this needs to be addressed. The government should come into the practice. They should come into the force to eradicate such laws, such religious practices which are a threat for the survival of the women within the state of India. And now all these instances involve the relationship between the religion and the politics, but they do not seem very wrong and dangerous. Ideals, ideas and values drawn from the different religions can be perhaps perhaps play a good role in the politics. People should be able to express in politics their needs, interests and demands as a member of the religion community. And those who hold the political power should sometimes be able to regulate the practice of religion so as to prevent the discrimination and oppression. These political acts are not wrong as long as they treat every religion equally. So dear students, the question is treating religion equally. As long as we can treat every religion equally, we cannot have the prejudice on the basis of minority. We cannot have the such sort of the stereotype mentality that this religion is the biggest one, the followers are the biggest one, the tenets of this religion should be implemented to every member of the country, every the citizen of the nation. That should not be the case. So the moment we are giving the equal, we are showing the secular tastes, we give equal respect to every religion, this we can say that the minority differences are addressed. And so long and so forth these minority differences are not addressed, we can witness every time the clashes, we can witness every time the riots, we can witness the bloodshed, we can witness the bloodbath among the different streets of the country, till the moment this problem is not addressed. So the bottom line of the story is that we should address the problem politically, not from the religion point of view. When this religion turns into the religiosity, so that becomes a very dangerous thing, and where it becomes incurable, where it's a threat for the harmony of the country and the threat for the democracy of the country as well. So dear students, let's stop here this introductory talk on the religion I try to cover up from the different political thinkers as well. I hope you have now developed the understanding that how religion becomes a threat if it's not treated, if it's not addressed the way it needs to be addressed. Till then, I will join you back, inshallah. We are going to meet in my next series, that's on Tuesday. I am going to cover the different dimensions of the story as well. Till then, take care and all the best.